Prime Minister Modi's vision of financial inclusion now seems to be at play. For the first time, we are seeing savings are migrating out of traditional savings instrument into equities. Number of demat accounts. FIs were sellers last year, but domestic institutional investors were net buyers. Do you think the trend of this shift is a multi-year trend according to you?
I would think so, because people have tasted a certain success and they're able to see that the traction change has not resulted in hurting them, but it's actually helped them. They've not burnt their fingers. They're able to see, but every time I think many of them are conscious of the risk which is embedded in it. And I'm also happy to see that they're not just moving into equity, but also into debt, which is a very healthy sign, in that the investor's getting a lot more discerning. He's not just behaving like a small saving person who's averse to risk, whereas here you're able to see that they're able to take that element of risk and taste their success. It will sustain.
And financial inclusion is one of the sub-issues you mentioned in your budget as well.
Absolutely.
So, Madam Minister, the fact that there was no change in the capital gain structure this time, can we assume that this is some kind of an endorsement by the government that equity will get a preferential treatment, given that the equity culture in India is very nascent and the nature of equity is volatile, that it will get a preferential treatment?
Also consistency in policy. We don't want to keep changing too many things in too few short time. Capital gains tax, the last amendment was probably in 16 or 18?
2018.
18.
Yes.
And subsequent to that, ideally even 3 full years of not even gotten completed. So do you want to change the policy immediately? No, you would want to see how it works out. So in spite of the calls for this or that way of change, I think we more went in the way of providing stability in policy.
I like